the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans, by fans. With your host, Jesse Martin.
What are you talking about? You're out of your mind.
John Taman.
We finally got professional football back. This is going to be fun.
Scott Hartley.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Yeah.
Max Taylor.
As long as you got Jaden Daniels, you got a chance to win.
Spanning the eras of Washington football. Honoring the past. Commanding the future. And now, the world's worst podcast host, John Taylor.
Hi, everybody. This is John Taman. I am the world's worst podcast host, and I got to tell you, I'm a little miffed. I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little upset. I'm a little bothered. We were promised like 30 inches of snow. Now I'm looking at 2 inches of snow, rain, ice. What are you looking at, Jesse? By the way, we've got everything all fucked up here. Excuse me. By the way, also, I understand we've got a lot of friends out there in the UK that watch our show and pay attention to our show. We've got a lot of other friends in the UK that show our show to other friends in the UK who go, they curse too much. So I'm going to once again try to curtail my cursing. Speaking of somebody that helped me curtail my cursing, there's Jesse over there. What's up?
Hey, how the fuck's it going?
There you go. Nice to see everybody in Dorchester. Or where? What do you guys call that over there? Dorchester?
We're Gloucester.
Gloucester.
Yeah, we're still. It's the ice that's going to be the mess.
Yeah,
it's going to be our issue. We're still expected 3 to 5 inches of snow, and then Sunday is going to heat up just a little bit, and then Sunday night it's going to get really, really cold, freeze everything, and that's going to be the another issue on itself.
Yeah. Look, man, I remember a bad ice storm here in about 1995, I want to say.
Yep, I remember that one too.
Terrible. Yeah, it was terrible. We were out of power for a good long time. Watch what's going to happen, because I'm John Taman and I'm the world's worst podcast host, and the world's going to suffer and make me freaking suffer with it by cutting out my power just before the AFC and NFC championship games on Sunday. So I'll probably miss everything. But until then, I'm going to keep
Scott
up.
G.
What's up, Scott
Going
G?
here for a few to go out. What are you going to go sunbathe in your banana hammock again?
He is Scott G.
Only minus
the
20.
wind sock of the North. He's our guy. What's up, Scott? You're going to a basketball game, from what I understand. That should be interesting because I don't know. What are they? North Dakota? How many people are out
Hello,
there
the
playing
mathematician. Thanks for being with us.
basketball? You'd have to prove he's a mathematician.
I'm going to prove it.
Give us an equation before the show's over. Something to blow our mind.
No.
Hello to
Ronan.
Hello to Ronan. Right. Well, Ronan, of course, is a masterless samurai. We might have something for you. And of course, now because we got a new layout, everybody's all over the place. There's Scott way down on the end there, right there. And I want to say, first off, let's get Scotty in here, because I've forgotten how to use all this crap now. Oh, Jesus Christ! This is the world's worst podcast host, ladies and gentlemen. But from the Royal Port of Barrow, I'm going to find Scott Hartley. Well, Scott, you got a sponsor. I didn't know if you were aware of that or not, but we've got a brand new sponsor for Scott Hartley. How you doing this week, by the way?
I'm okay. It's nice to see him. A bit angry with other things outside of here, but it's always great to speak to you two gentlemen.
That's right.
2.8 would make me angry as well.
I cannot blame you one little bit, not even an iota.
I know.
Inside joke.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, inside being the operative word. Clip that.
Clip that. All right, we do have a sponsor for Scott from the good people at the Abner Wu Industries.
Oh.
For whether you have a significant other, a spouse, or you'll just be spending Valentine's Day alone, let the good people at Abner Wu Greetings bring to you Scott Hartley. With personalized Scott Hartley Valentines direct to you, or if you want to spice things up, your significant other, order the Playful Scott. Are you up for it? Say it, Scott. Give us the say.
I'm up for it. Are you?
We've got sexy Scott.
Ooh.
Oh, hello. Let's do it.
Oh no, you got to be more breathless than that.
Let's do it.
Oh, sounds like you got him.
So I was going to say, sound like I've had 40 woodbines.
Let's do it. Right, and of course we've got.
Oh, that's seductive. Oh, look at the. Oh, it's the eye.
That'd be naughty.
That wonky eye every time, John.
Tell you what, you gotta have the hook, right? You know it.
When you
That's
get
it.
Karen that look, I bet she just goes.
Yeah, she looks at it and says, "Why is one eye at the shop? The other one is getting the change." Yeah.
Just tell her you're watching television. Shut up and enjoy the minute and a half. Just enjoy the little ride. Very
Oh
nice.
dear.
All right, so there you go, everybody out there from Abner Wu Industries, Abner Wu Greetings. Get your Scott Hartley specific greeting cards directly.
Thanks, Abner.
Yeah, Abner Wu. I like the seductive Scott. It's our little.
Be naughty.
There you go. All right. Scott G says he stopped in and had to see that. Now to go outside in sub-zero temps. Now, hey, man, that's probably doing you a favor. You're going to a high school basketball game. You don't want to be sporting anything when you get in there. All right. So we did have a eventful week this week, I suppose, as Commanders fans. We kept a couple of offensive line coaches. Anything to say about that?
Not particularly. It's just people getting promoted, isn't it, from the previous that they've been in? I mean, am I that fussed about Darnell Stapleton and Chris and Shane Tobe being promoted? Not really. He's been there a while. It's continuity for the offensive line, so I'm quite comfortable with that. It wasn't the offensive line. I don't think played badly really last year. Didn't really let us down, to be honest.
Well.
It was probably our best unit across the entire team. So
With the one that stayed the healthiest, that's for sure.
yeah,
So-
I'm not fussed. I'm not too fussed about this hire.
Jesse, you got anything specific on that?
Not really. I mean, I'm glad for the continuity's sake, but I was really kind of pulling for. I want to make some kind of splash with the coaches.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean? And I think Callahan would have been a really nice addition, especially if Blau is going to change up and more go to that shanty zone type of read offense. I thought he would be perfect, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well, all right.
Where-
You want to make a splash? Maybe that would be more to the incontinuity of the offense, or the incontinence of the offense. Well, you got to wear the yellow pants for that. For me, I'm thinking if those we had the fourth best rated rushing attack this year, apparently. Yeah, I really have a hard time even saying that because I can't. How do you have the fourth best rushing attack and it never, ever once, even once, held a game? Never once. You never held a game just because you're running attack. And if you're the fourth, I think you should. Are these guys more towards the run blocking schemes that were able to create that? Because that was the friction, from what I've understood, between Cliff and DQ. We're there on the same page with that?
Yeah, I know what you mean. You'd like to think so. You'd like to think that the continuity here would hold, obviously. But as to Jesse's point, I agree. I think it's the right thing that we need to do is to get a splash coach. Thing that's going to get us, I think, is this whole. I mean, we said it last week that Dan Quinn is pushing his chips into the middle of the table and saying, "I'm all in," because he's done that on the offensive side. If he does it on the defensive side, which I'm sure we'll get into,
Yeah, we're going there.
It could be a recipe for disaster. But I do think that we need some sort of guiding, shining, coaching side of it that will hold it all together.
So okay, but we've done the splash before. All right, we've done this all-star coaching staff. We've gone after the guys that are supposedly the next up and comers, and it doesn't work out. So, honest to God, I'm in the position right now where I like David Blau hire more and more simply because it's not that. I like where he's got his roots. I like where he's got his education. And I like the fact that it's just going to be a fresh start for him. He doesn't even have a play drawn up on a napkin anywhere from anybody's understanding. And it's going to be all Jaden Daniels and this offense to start him off, to be able to say, okay, if I'm going to design an offense, it's going to be from scratch for the one I've got in front of me right now. And that I find to be very interesting. Now, when it comes to the other offensive coaches, wide receivers coach, excuse me, Anthony Lynn, he was our running backs coach, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's got an interview with the Buffalo Bills though, hasn't he? So obviously, if he leaves, we will get compensation picks under the Rooney Rule, and it isn't 2027 and 2028. It has been reported. It is a third round compensatory pick this year and next year. So it's this draft and the next draft, 2026 and 2027.
Okay, all right. So wide receiver.
But to be honest with you, I would prefer him because having been a head coach before and kind of seemingly done it all, been an OC, that's someone who David Blau can lean on. And you know what I mean. We need that as well. We need an older head in steadying the ship, so to speak.
I agree. That's why I do this podcast, quite frankly. So when it comes to something like that, our wide receivers coach. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but did we let him go?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Hang on a second. Let me check something here.
I don't think we have.
No, I think the only ones who went was the offensive line coach Bobby Johnson, and then the two coordinators, as far as I'm aware, and then obviously Tavita Pritchard and Blau being promoted.
Yeah. All right, so I would hope that Blau had some say in being able to retain, or if he's going to be the offensive coordinator, he must like who he's working with, I suppose. All right, so how much chance do you think we legitimately
need some experience, especially if Anthony Lynn's leaving? I don't think there's no play calling experience on the staff right now.
That's the problem.
Maybe Brian Johnson, but who knows if he's even going to be sticking around?
I don't see that.
Bobby Ingram, I think, is a wide receivers coach, as far as I'm aware.
You're right. I'm sorry. I don't see the lack of play calling experience as a problem.
I do. I'm on way on the other end of that spectrum.
We broke the news on this podcast for those of you just now tuning in, and Jesse's first comment as soon as it came out was, "Oh my fucking God!" Put me in the box there, Scott, for an F.
And I know. Do I think Jesse's wrong? No. I think he was absolutely justified.
All I was doing was giving some color to what Jesse was saying. Go ahead, man.
No, I mean, like, there's this year for Jaden Daniels is so pivotal. All right. And this is one of my main concerns about this. It's so pivotal this third year. Last year was a lost year for him. Even though if you take his 3 healthy games, he was better than he was at any time his rookie year. Stats prove it. Analytics prove it. But this is an important year for his ass. And you're giving him basically someone that hasn't even really fully gotten out of diapers yet. He's still got his pull-ups on.
Okay.
That scares the shit out of me.
All right. I mean, that's a legitimate concern. Scott, what do you think of that?
I don't disagree with Jesse. I think it's a legitimate point of view. I think in some ways, initially, my initial thoughts on David Blau will be panicked because people were thinking he's going to go to Detroit. We need to keep this guy in the building. He's a young mind. He's got a lot. He's a smart guy. You hear this a lot. How many times have we heard he's a smart guy? He can do this. He can do that. Blah blah blah. And it doesn't work out. I'm not saying it will work out, but it's a brave choice. But it's true. But it's a brave call from Dan Quinn to do this. Is what I'm saying to you to put it all on the line after a season we've had. Because don't get me wrong, Dan Quinn and even Adam Peters, they're gonna know that this is when the road meets the rubber or whatever the saying is. That's it. At the end of this season, we could have a brand new head coach.
Look, it's a 100% show me business. All right, it's a results oriented business. And even though I've seen both sides of the spectrum from fans about whether or not Dan Quinn's on the hot seat and how, it's ridiculous to put him on the hot seat after a year like last. Look, okay, whatever. A year like last, yes, we all know injuries were terrible, but you lose 8 in a row. Okay, if you do it again, okay, and I'm not saying you go as bad as we did this year, but I've already said it. I think it's playoffs or bust for him. And I think that when you said earlier in the show, Scott, about chips are in, all the chips are in.
Yeah.
In one breath, I think coaches should be all in every year. But at the other sense of me says, okay, there's times that you can't actually say I'm all in and actually be all in because you ain't got enough to stick into the damn table.
And that's kind of what I mean. When you go from and maybe Cliff was leaving, maybe he was leaving. If we had a better year, if Jaden was healthy, say we went 9-8 or something like that, he would have got head coaching looks. Okay.
Yeah.
What he did, I think, with the offense in itself, it should be very
the offense wasn't
commended.
the problem.
Okay. He did a hell of a lot more than most coordinators would do with what he had to work with most of the year. But to go from that to total unknowns,
The guy in a diaper.
total unknowns, and you're supposed to be grooming your franchise. I mean, because Jaden has all the tools you want in a quarterback. We've seen it. We've seen it. You did damn right. He's on the hot seat. Okay. If say status quo, say if we went and hired, say Cliff was gone, and he hired someone like Mike McDaniel or some other offensive coordinator that has some name recognition, has some proof behind the pudding. Even Anthony Lynn, for goodness sake, I think Quinn's hot seat would be a lot less cool. Now that he has hired a total fucking unknown.
Wait a minute. You just said "my goodness me" a minute ago. Now you're going to say "fucking unknown."
It's playoffs or bust, like John said. It's total playoffs or bust. If he doesn't make the playoffs, he's fucking gone. And Adam Peters might be going with him.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know about that.
I think looking at
Adam Peters, and we'll see this offseason. Let's see what he pulls off this offseason. Go ahead, Scotty.
It's true. It's difficult, but you look at and from the positive perspective, you can see where he's come from. His coaching tree. Who he's worked with. KOC. You've got Shanahan in there a little bit. Ben Johnson in there. Cliff Kingsbury a bit. He should be able to adapt and do things. And make it his own system, which is what we don't know. That's the great unknown. That's what are we actually going to get ourselves into. We can only wait and see. It might be the most genius move we could ever make.
It very well.
Scotty's got a good point there.
DQ
views it as a calculated risk worth taking, says Scott G. Blau has good relationship with JD5. He's not an unknown in the building. This is where I get my primary optimism from.
Listen, I agree with 100% with this. But what is fucking unknown is his play calling prowess in the middle of the fucking game and in clutch moments. Your 2-minute warnings, your 4-minute. What you need?
Do you know
seriously?
That's fair, but you know something? The best guy that ever did it once the first time.
Mm-hmm. It's true. And you know what the funny thing with this as well, John, is I would actually be more okay with going from a defensive side, even though that was the problem for us last year, going with a defensive side who was an up and coming star who'd never made play calls before, kind of like an Al Harris, for example. I'd have been more okay with that because DQ is a defensive coach, and you can see he could oversee parts of it as well, and there's someone to back them up. With Blau, you got nothing because DQ is a defensive coach, so all of that system is completely on his shoulders. And for all we assembled this dream team of coaches like before they all started, we were reeling them off, former offensive coordinators, the Darryl Tapps of the world, the Ken Norton Juniors, head coaches, you know what I mean? And you're like, these have all had so much experience. Why weren't they even looked at? Why wasn't Anthony Lynn looked at?
You're right.
I mean, maybe he was. I don't know. But from what the coaching thing I saw was that we gave Brian Johnson a look, interviewed him.
That's who I thought it would be.
That's who I thought it may be, yeah.
When we put this staff together, that's one of the things we thought about was continuity and that they had succession in play.
Well, you've got the assistant. He's got the assistant head coach title, so
maybe he said.
Listen, you mentioned a name, Scotty, and I want to throw this off just for a second, okay? Because I hear everybody talk about it. Al Harris, okay. What the fuck has Al Harris done to warrant a DC job?
I'll tell you.
Someone tell me, please.
What has he not done? He takes the ball away. He coaches.
That's the point.
He coaches good players to play well, and
So
in
did
my
Joe
opinion-
Witt.
Well, no,
Hey, you're not wrong. If you look at the way that they mash and if you look at they are exactly the
Al
same
Harris
in
played
everything
well in
they've
the
done.
league for good coaches too.
I know. Come on, man.
This is I'm in the tank for Al Harris at the
I'm
moment.
not.
I'm not at all.
I like Al Harris. We've got a lot of candidates. As a matter of fact, hang on one second. We'll get to that real quick. But I want to do this real fast.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Sit the fuck down and shut up. Shut up and sit down. You shut up. Just sit your ass down here and shut up.
That's for both of you. I'm writing this fucking show. And then,
Surprise Dick of the Week hasn't come up yet.
If my neck wasn't hurting,
This is for everybody out there that gets
Clip
worried
that.
about, oh, DQ knows this guy. Dude, they all know each other.
I get it.
okay?
I get it.
Not you guys. I'm talking to people out there that they all know each other. The coaching, even if you go all the way through D1 college, maybe not all the way through D1 college, but the major players, they know each other. They talk to each other. And in the NFL, coaches go to meetings together. All their coordinators don't go, and all of their position coaches don't go, but they know each other. As this is one of the things about Al Harris, all right, that I like, is he was a great player under good coaches. He's been around it for so long that I don't think his results are accidental. Okay.
No, and his statistics back that up, John. I mean, the Bears were first in the NFL for takeaways by some margin. However, the overall defense was shocking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but he's not responsible for the overall.
I understand that. He's not responsible for all of it. But if you give him that job to be responsible for all of it, that's the issue. My question to you guys, and we can go off that, is what do you mean how? If you give him the responsibility of it all
for the overall defense in Chicago, how can we say he's going to be responsible for it here? But we can't hold it against him what Chicago does, other than what the DBs do. And the DBs
and the DBs have excelled. They were first by some margin last year. I get that. They were fourth with Dallas the year before, and then 10th and 11th, I think, the year before that. So, yeah, he's had some good success with DBs, being a DB in the league for so long as well. But is he ready to hold everything to account? And my question to you two is, what have we got on this defense that's giving us, or the candidates out there? I know loads of head coaches have gone, there's been 10 changes. But who's coming here? Who wants to come here right now?
Well, we don't
Because
know.
if I was a DC candidate, I wouldn't want to come to Washington. No chance.
Look, Dan Quinn's going to he's going to promote the fucking assistant jockstrap holder. We all fucking know this, okay? What's going to fucking happen?
Yep.
Back to Al Harris.
Jockstrap holder.
Back to Al Harris.
I believe
He's had many head or defensive coordinator interviews, and he has not.
No.
Why is that? He has not been hired.
That I don't know. We answered that question with Eric Bieniemy. But
So
now
who's he got?
And look at Eric Bieniemy. He's back.
Who's he?
I know. So
Who's he got now? Who's he got now? He's had the Packers. He's had us, and he's been somewhere else.
He's back.
No.
Bears
Al
running
Harris.
backs coach.
Al Harris.
Al Harris.
This week he's with the Bears. With the Packers for a DC job. He's come to us for a DC interview. He's got somewhere else as well.
In years past, like for the past 3 years, he's been getting defensive coordinator interviews.
It's the Titans. Is the other one.
All right. Well, here's who we've interviewed so far. There's been 8 candidates, and I mean, at the rate they're going, they might have interviewed one since we started this podcast. So Al Harris, Bears DB coach, passing game coordinator, he's interviewed. Terrell Austin from the Steelers, we interviewed him today, correct?
Today, yeah.
Steelers defensive coordinator. Brian Flores, Vikings defense. Okay, we all know he's not coming here. Jonathan Gannon, former Cardinals head coach. Denard Wilson, Titans defensive coordinator. Are we really all that interested in Denard Wilson? I don't know. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's start with Patrick Graham, Raiders defensive coordinator. He was one of our early things. Joe Cullen, Chiefs defensive line coach, is interesting to me. Carl Scott, Seattle defensive backs coach, pass game coordinator. All right, so out of this list, what's the holdup? Are we waiting on somebody else? Jesse?
I would assume.
I
would assume so.
Okay.
Assuming I probably assuming what trying to. I think Flores was their number one target. Obviously, I think should have.
Yeah. But you'd have to. I mean, unless I miss my guess, the rules state you have to give them a promotion. So he'd have to be assistant. He'd have to be assistant.
Well, he's out of contract, so no, you don't have to.
Oh, right. He resigned.
Yeah.
I think he's probably got better personnel in Minnesota.
I think we interview Jeff Ulbrich too.
No, we wanted to, but it never happened because he was contracted to the Falcons, and then Stefanski came in quite quickly and said, "We're keeping him."
Okay.
I'm thinking with that list, Gannon might be the way to go. Yeah.
All right, you're underwater for a second there, but you said you like Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, me, I love it. Carl Scott.
Joe Cullen, I said, interested me because I like where he comes from, and I like the pressure, not just because he's a defensive line coach. People can say, okay, well, look at who he's got on the defensive line there. It's coming from, oh, fuck, what's his name right now? I'm looking at his goddamn face. I can see his face. Excuse my language over there, people in the UK. Defensive coordinator for the Chiefs. That guy.
Spagnuolo.
Spags. Thank you. Spags. Spags has generated pressure regardless, okay? Regardless. And the fact that this guy's their defensive line coach, I think for me, I think that if we can generate quality pressure on the quarterback, I know again, one of these other things is we somehow mysteriously got a good number of sacks this year, but I never remember the defensive line ever making a difference in a football game. So, except maybe against the Raiders, and all three of us could do that.
Martin had quite a few. It was spread out. Martin had quite a few. Armstrong before he got hurt,
right? But they were
even Von Miller had 10 sacks as well too.
10. Right. I mean, but my point is, it's the same thing as the mystery of the running game. We're somehow ranked highly, but it never was anything that you looked at and said, okay, well, this can take over a game. Our pass rush was never anything. That's why I kind of like Joe Cullen, because Spagnuolo he's produced pressure forever. I guarantee you, when he was born and the doctor spanked him, Spagnuolo called a zero blitz and fucked his ass up in the parking lot. All right, what
about Chris Schuler? Do you think we're maybe waiting for someone like him from LA, from the Rams? He's obviously there. But why would I don't understand why you? This is what I was saying to you guys before. What if you've got 10 head coaching opportunities that need to be filled, and then their coaches go and it's the same names on the merry-go-round all the time, and then they take their mates because it's nepotistic, as we've said before, John, and everybody knows everybody. Why would you come to Washington to be the DC? When you have a defensive defensive head coach who wants to run it's not defensive side of the ball though. We have zero blue chip players.
Does Dan want somebody to come here and run what Dan thinks he should run?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think so.
If that's the case, then Dan he should be fired right now.
Well, he should take over himself and just do it. Yeah. Look, I know most of the time that when there's a coach that's a coordinator at the same time, they're on the offensive side of the ball. So, and almost all the time, those guys just ignore the other side of the ball and say, okay, I've hired good people, or my GM has hired good people. I'm going to let them handle it unless it gets out of hand. So if he's going to be that way, if he's going to say, I demand that you run what I think you should run, well, then, God damn it, do it yourself, Otherwise, I'm all for new ideas. I'm all for new approaches. Raheem Morris, that's the name that
wow.
John Kahn.
I've been saying that. I've been saying that for weeks. I've been saying that every day for weeks.
It's a safe hire. It's the guy
if Raheem Morris is our defensive coordinator, we are 1,000% done.
Yep, I agree.
I'm not
completely agree with that.
And I mean, I don't know the guy. For all I know, he makes a fucking nice martini. But I'm tired of retreads, man. I'm tired of retreads. And it's not about, I know this guy, because I know we just finished.
I want us to go get the show
saying all of them know each other.
Go get the Steelers coach.
New ideas, a new approach.
Well, he just came in today, didn't he, the Steelers guy?
Yeah. I mean, they have pretty daggone good defense when healthy.
What about Carl Scott? That's the big sexy name that everyone's talking about. He's the DB's coach, isn't he, over at the Seahawks? People are talking about him. But again, there's no play calling. Mm-hmm. There's no play calling experience. Do you really want to go in with two coordinators with no play calling experience
on this defense?
No, but I want you to say he's the sexy pick again.
The sexy pick.
There it is, ladies. There it is, everybody. Go ahead. Bring Scott into your life for Valentine's.
It's probably the only Valentine's Day card I'm getting, John, to be fair.
Oh, come on. I'll tell you what. If we show her.
You're underwater, John.
Oh, well, hang on a minute.
There you go. You're good now.
There we go. Now, Karen, look at that. Put your thighs right on each side of the knee.
Oh, Jesus.
And look how much fun you could be having in February. Look at that. Say it, Scott. Give me the let's do it.
Let's do it.
Scott's like a coach on the sideline. No wonder you don't get laid. Let me get rid of that shit. No wonder. Scott's fucking idea.
Why do you think? Why do you think I don't? Why do you think I don't get laid? That's the funny thing. You have a fascination about.
You've been married for over 10 years. That's why.
20 years. 20 years, Jesse. Yeah.
That's why. Shit happens.
Nah, it's all good.
No,
I'm quite happy and comfortable.
Of course you are, and that's why I feel safe. Go ahead and making these jokes because I met Karen, a lovely lady, and I think she's got a great sense of humor. So I'm glad that you guys will appreciate, or at least play along with me when I get.
We do.
All right, let me see here. Let me open up my damn notes. All right, so out in the chat, let me see what we got going on here. Okay, that's Scott G. All right, well, thanks, Scott. Let's see.
Why don't we just remind folks, John, before we get going?
Wilson, I don't see anything with the Titans defense that makes me excited to think so. Jonathan Gannon, if
Patrick Graham.
What do you think the holdup is? Jesse, what do you think the holdup is?
You know, I mean, it could be.
Have we not found our guy?
They might be looking at some. You know, we've still got 4 games.
Who's left?
4 teams left. You know, so they could be looking. They could be looking at someone that's not available right now to do an interview.
Well, we talked to Carl Scott, right?
Okay, we talked to him, but I mean, maybe someone else is holding that. Maybe they're looking at somebody and they're can't agree on a contract right as of yet. Maybe they've already got something in play. Who knows what hold up is?
Right. Well, okay. This brings me to something else that I want to put on attached to this because, Jesse, this is a term I've heard you use before, and it was a discussion I had today with Cornelius Kidwell. I hope you don't mind me using your name out here, but that's the name I know you on social media. He's a good dude. It's about optics, all right? Appearance. So apparently I'm not so old I didn't see that. Optics and appearance. Yeah, old man rant. So nowadays, you little punks think that everything has to be exactly the way you see it, and the first thing you do is fill in the blanks with a bunch of fantasy bullshit when you don't know the whole story. So optics. The appearance that we have not hired a guy yet. Is this a problem? And why would it be a problem? And Cornelius, you're all right in my book.
Who cares if people think it's a problem?
Oh, but you've said the word optics to me in the past about how we've gone about things and what it matters. So as an old guy who doesn't speak the language, I don't even.
I mean, I guess in different situations, optics can play a.
Does it matter now?
In this situation, no.
Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, it's not like who have we missed out on besides the Mike McDaniels, but who have we missed out on?
I mean, Flores, but that was a long shot. Mike McDaniel, I'm glad you brought him up because now he has supposedly agreed to be the Chargers offensive coordinator, but he's going to try to interview for the Bills job.
No, not that I'm aware of. It's official. He is the OC for the Chargers, is he not?
All right. Well, so people in the chat help me out. Did I
saw that earlier. I thought it might have been fake.
It might have been fake. Okay.
I mean, it might be real.
First time I mistook a dildo in the dark. That was for you, Karen. All right, Jesse, I'm sorry I cut you off.
Is Mike McDaniel interviewing for the Bills job?
As he was this morning.
Yes.
Wow.
he is.
So maybe that's why we didn't talk to him, but that's another thing. So Scotty, is optics that much of a concern?
It can be. I don't think it's a concern right now. I think if this drags on and drags on, I look at this and as I said to you two before, I look at this job and think, why would I want this job if I was already in a position? Because you've got to think to yourself, am I going to get continuity? And am I going to get long-term success here? Am I going to get a job that's going to last me more than a year? Because yes, that's one point. The other thing is, if you do such a good job, you can bring yourself to a new trajectory and you can be on the next head coaching cycle. I also get that, which is great if you want to back yourself, which I'd hope someone like that would coming in. But look at the team. There is nothing on that team, on that side of the ball, that you can hang your hat on and say, we have star-studded pieces on there. You can look at any team, even the worst teams in the league, and go, Cleveland Browns, Myles Garrett, Raiders, Max Crosby. No. Come on, man. But you know what I'm saying? There's always one piece. We have nothing on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, I mean, hold on. Money does come to play.
It does, okay? And it's a blank canvas.
And imagine you're a defensive guy coming up. All right, maybe you haven't been a defensive coordinator. How good would it look if you took a team that's defense was so bad and even brought it up to being average, like being average? Year. You know, damn well this team is going to go heavy in defense and free agency and probably in the draft. So that's going to help. We had injury issues very early on this season on our defensive line with Wise, and if you're being a better play caller, okay, we've seen the likes of Trey Amos, we've seen the likes of Mikey Sanderson, we've seen the likes of
Jordan McGee,
Quan Martin actually play well at times. Okay, maybe not. I'm not talking about this particular year.
Okay,
they did play well the year before.
We have a reputation on this planet.
Okay, they did play well the year at times the year before. So you get someone coming in. Okay, there might be a piece here. You give me an edge rusher. You give me a linebacker. Maybe a piece on the outside, a defensive back, and hey, we can take a step from the 31st ranked defense to the 17th ranked defense in the first year, and then the 17th ranked defense to the 10th ranked defense. That's steps that you have to make.
Look, I want to say,
you see what I mean?
To that point right there, you're right. Now, when you say, Scotty, why are you looking at this team? There's no star quality here. You do have quality young players. Trey Amos.
I'm not saying you don't have quality, but I mean it's blue chip players.
Players on offense that are stars.
You forgot.
Oh yeah,
we lost Dorrance Armstrong, and I know that's not a sexy name. Okay, nobody's fallen in love with Dorrance. I'm sorry, Mr. Armstrong, really, but. The fact of the matter is, the dude was leading the league in sacks when he got hurt, all right? Which was not like after week 2. Okay, it was like after week 5 or 6 when it was a significant portion of the season. He was leading in sacks and in pressures. He was wreaking havoc, and I think he's a damn good pass rusher. I still want to go after an assassin. I want to go after a guy that can really make a quarterback feel it. But I think that a healthy Dorrance Armstrong, I think a healthy Dietrich Wise setting the edge with those fucking massive goddamn hands of hens.
And we got good backups, and Jacob Martin and Von Miller wants to come back. That's a pretty damn good defensive.
If you're a defensive coordinator, I think that was it, Scotty? I think you put it on the head right there. Are you here for 1 year before Dan Quinn is gone? That might be the major hang up for anything, or it could just be that we've got people that are interested, ready to take the job. We're just not making the offer until we're ready to. And I want to point out, just before I let this go to you guys, that the week between this weekend and the Super Bowl, this whole thing down in where's the Super Bowl this year? Wherever it is,
Santa Clara.
They're all together. everybody's there. People talk, man. They get in bars, they talk, they fucking shake hands about shit. That's real. And there's no. I've seen people. I had a discussion with a person this afternoon. When I just say discussion, the dumbass said something stupid, and I asked him to please clarify himself, and I hadn't heard back. But why do we have to make a decision on defensive coordinator right fucking now?
Why? I think we need to make it. Go on, Jesse. You go.
I just don't think we do. I think they're still gathering all the information.
Yeah, agreed. I think if we're still in this situation, if we're still in this situation post Super Bowl, I'd be a bit like, okay, what is going on here? Because I think you need to be in at least probably 3 to 4 weeks before the situation start getting there with the draft. You're getting prepared for things. You understand what team you've got. You can go out to the scouting team and say, look, tell me what your preliminary reports are. Where do you think you are? Because it is a crapshoot, but you're going to have to see. You're going to have to see like the East-West Shrine Bowl. You're going to have to get yourself down to things like that going on, All-Star games, whatever else is going on, and then, okay, what do I do now? Where do I go from here? And get your foot under the table, and then they might want to bring in their own staff.
The other
as
thing
well
that I'll point out, there is a bit of fire under your ass right now because there's still 6 head coaching options.
I know.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So they're all going to hire coordinators and coaches. So unless you want the cupboard bare, you're going to have to you're going to have to make a move here soon. So if
I think maybe some of the like a Jonathan Gannon or something like that, maybe they're holding out for a head coaching job. Okay. Look, Mike McDaniel, just for instance, it's like, okay, this head coaching opportunity come up. Hey, I may want to check that before I, take a step back a little bit.
I don't know, Bart. I want to coach the Bills.
I think I
don't know, a horrible Millhouse.
I also think, Dan Quinn wants to make sure that they mesh well together too. And I think as fans, we should appreciate that. We want them to be able to coexist and make sure that they're, that Quinn can be okay with it. I trust Quinn and his defensive prowess. Okay. He's been around, he's seen everything. All right. Yeah. So, but I also, as a defensive coordinator that he brings in, I want that defensive coordinator to run the defense. I don't want Dan Quinn to run the defense.
You're right. That makes sense? I agree.
And being honest, Jesse, I think Dan Quinn doesn't want to run this defense. I think he wants to be that head.
Yes, me either.
If he does want to run the defense, then like I said before, if he's going to try to plug somebody in to run what he thinks is defense, well, goddamn it, do it yourself. Don't try to make somebody else do as a proxy. So
I think
we've got 6 head coaching options. Go ahead, Scott.
You can look back, and it was. I'm pretty certain it was every week on this podcast for weeks now, and ever since Raheem Morris got fired, my first initial thoughts was he is here. Inbound. I think my first thing was in Washington inbound. I still think that's going to happen.
I just don't want to reach like that. You noticed Jesse got his haircut for the electric chair.
Yeah, so, he went for the 80s lesbian look. That's what he went for. Yeah. Clip that.
What's going on? All right, so we've got 6 head coaching options.
He's got the Lisa. Jesse's got the Lisa Stansfield haircut.
Yeah, haircut. Yeah, as the woman from Four Non Blondes. So that's
correct.
All right. So
hey, the barber's done you right there, though.
The Cardinals, the Browns, the Raiders, the Ravens, the Steelers, and the Bills. Now, I cannot say that I am up on what all of these teams have been doing. I'm more. It seems like I know what the Browns are doing than anybody else, but I don't know who they've interviewed or what.
How shocked was y'all about the Bills firing McDermott?
That was ridiculous.
Well,
what about him as a DC? What's he doing?
Oh yeah, I mean, really. No shit.
Didn't him and Quinn work together in Seattle?
Seattle, yeah.
Forget it. That means most fans. Forget it. I don't want to know. He's on the Christmas card list. I don't want to have him. I would take McDermott in a second.
Shit, hold on.
Yeah, agreed.
Hold on.
I was absolutely thrown by that. We'll get to that in a minute. The Steelers, that's an attractive job.
It is.
Regardless of what their roster might look like right now. that ownership will give you the patience you require to be able to build what you need. The Ravens, I'm kind of surprised that they haven't done anything yet. I don't know which way they're leaning.
They have. They hired Jesse Minter.
Oh, that's right. They did. They hired Jesse Minter. And that was just today, wasn't it?
Yesterday, I think. But yeah.
Yesterday?
Jesse Minter's the head coach.
Aboard, right? That's
Cliff Kingsbury is going to be the OC, and I'm pretty certain they've brought in a DC already over at Baltimore. I can't be certain as to who that was, but I'll have to look at Adam Schefter's tweets and have a look. But he brought someone over from, where was Jesse Minter? Was it the Chargers?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He's brought someone from the Chargers over with him.
All right, so the Raiders. Who the hell has interviewed for the Raiders?
No idea.
Me neither. And if you're worried, like I said to whoever I was talking to today about the paranoia about the optics of not hiring somebody right now. Look, these teams haven't. The Raiders, the Browns, and the Cardinals haven't made a head coaching hire yet. The Browns have been turned down by several guys. Have said, "Look, thanks anyway." So don't panic.
So 55 minutes ago, Schefter tweeted out, Ravens are requesting interview for Chiefs defensive line coach Joe Cullen, who previously spent 5 years coaching in Baltimore for their defensive coordinator jobs. He's on our list.
Defensive coordinator.
I thought so. Yeah, I thought that's where that might be what I saw. That might be what I saw.
I'm glad he didn't come here because I didn't think he was very good anyways.
Look, I said earlier that Cullen was interesting to me, and that makes it more interesting to me.
Did you see the most crazy thing on the head coaching searches that I thought was strange today? Is that the Buffalo Bills completed an interview with Philip Rivers.
Yes.
Philip Rivers.
Are you serious?
That is not a joke. I actually thought it was a fake tweet at first. I was like...
Well, I mean, he does call... listen, okay. All right.
Maybe. I mean, it might be
This is half joking, half serious.
All right.
He runs a pro offense for his high school team that he coaches. Just saying. And they're really fucking good.
Look, he's got Josh Allen. I don't think it's an outrageous thing. Although if you're looking at the week's videos of Billy Beane and the Bills ownership, you're probably not filled with confidence about their decision making.
Billy Beane's an idiot.
All right. So the Browns, like I said, it seems like people are turning them down. The Raiders, I have no idea who they've even talked to. The Cardinals
being turned down too.
So somebody like Gannon. Okay, we would all, I think, be interested in Gannon.
Yeah. Well, no, the Browns did interview Schwartz. They did interview Schwartz for the head coaching job.
Boy, if they let him go, that's the guy I want right there.
Yes.
But the Browns' job, it seems to me like some of the people that are turning it away are saying we don't want to have to be forced to take Schwartz, which I don't know that necessarily it means anything about Schwartz, but they are being forced to take a defensive coordinator that they might not think is part of their deal. I have no idea. I'm not a Cleveland Browns fan. I'm a Commanders fan, which means I have my own fucking problems. Scott, put that one in the book. All right, so other openings that are out there in the league. Chargers offensive coordinator is up in the air, right, until Mike McDaniel figures out what the hell his flighty butt's going to do. So the Philly offensive coordinator, Brian
That's
Davis.
That's been filled.
Who took that?
Oh, not the Philly one. No, he went to Dallas, didn't he? Someone went to Dallas today from Philly. Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Right, so Philly's offensive coordinator is still there. They've interviewed Brian Dable, which I think everybody in Commanderland would agree. Yes, please put him together with Nick Sirianni and watch the explosions happen.
Matt Nagy's gone.
Right. Well, because Eric Bieniemy showed up.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's right. Of course it was. That's why. Duh. Yeah.
Now, part of me, this is the kind of petty person I am. I hope the Chiefs fall flat on their fucking face. If they turn out to have such a great offense and he calls 50 pass plays in a row and it works, I'm going to be pissed off even more than ever. But Eric Bieniemy as offensive coordinator sounds to me more like he's going to be the same guy that he was, which is the biting and barking dog to get him in line while Andy Reid tells him what to do. All right, so do we have any concern about who the Chargers OC or Philly OC is going to be? Is that going to matter to anything that we're doing? Nah.
Couldn't care less.
All right.
We just need to get it right. I don't give a shit about anyone else. I just think we need to try and get it right ourselves. And I just think someone I'd be very underwhelmed if it's Al Harris. I'd be even more underwhelmed if it's Raheem Morris.
Raheem Morris to me is the underwhelming choice. Al Harris, I would not mind. Okay, so everybody on the count of three, let's say who we want. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Joe Cullen.
Jonathan Gannon.
Think you guys not had a count of three? Jonathan Gannon. Okay, so all right, that was pretty good. All right, so we're going to go into some football right now. Last week's football games, the divisional round. If I could say one thing, let me see if I can find it. Oh my gosh, where is it always? I can't find what I'm looking for.
The NFL is rigged.
Yeah, the NFL is rigged. Of course, the NFL is rigged. If there's one thing that you can count on at the end of their season, is the Buffalo Bills. Everything's fucked up. It's all cheating. We have changing rules. What's the rules?
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's a choke
Am I
artist.
not wrong? Or are they wrong, or am I not wrong?
It's not a choke artist. How is he a choke artist? So
I knew you'd bite. That's why I said it. You love the Bills, Jesse. That's fine.
That game was not on Josh Allen's.
Yes, it was. No. Yes, it 100% was. The dude threw the ball away before half time and cost them the game by 3 points. It enabled Denver to go down the other end of the field, kick a field goal just before half time, and they won the game by 3.
It was the refs.
It was the refs. Okay. I thought Josh Allen was poor, man, in that game. I thought he was pretty poor.
Well,
and
look,
he tried to bring it. He tried to do what he did with his ego and go, you know what? It's all on me. I'm going to run. I'm going to run for the hills.
It's always been on him.
I know it's always been. He has no weapons.
He didn't hold the ball. He fumbled
That's
the ball.
the point. He has no weapons though as well. I'll give him that. He doesn't have anything to go off.
Okay, so Keon Coleman drops a ball dead in his hand. But they're holding. It's already a dead play. They're holding, right? So here's the thing. Every year when the Bills lose in the playoffs, oh my God, we've got to change something. We can't get enough chances in overtime. We've got to change this. We got to do that. We got to do that. We got to do that. And you mother effers never look at how you got there. In this case, the Bills turned the ball over 5 times. The referee did not cost you the game. You put yourself in the referee's hands, because if there is one thing that is a constant in the NFL, is that the referees are going to make a mistake, and usually in a big situation, unless you take it out of their hands and you fail. Aside from the ridiculous fumbles, he threw that interception down to the 10-yard line. The safety was as friggin' visible as anything could possibly be. He underthrew it. It was ridiculous. Looked like kids.
Yeah.
Jesse, what do you think? I know you're in the tank for the Bills. Go ahead. Let's hear your pro Bills side.
The Bills should have won that game. It was fucking
bullshit.
It
doesn't matter.
Bullshit fucking call. I was so fucking disappointed in that fucking Bills loss. And then arguing with y'all schmucks afterwards.
I know. I knew you were getting more and more wound up the more that went on. And it wasn't an interception. It wasn't interception. It wasn't interception by the letter of the law. But I don't know what a catch is now.
No.
Well, I think we do know what it was.
Not an interception by the letter of the law.
I don't agree.
Look,
I think it was.
The next
I think that the reason
night,
why
the same goddamn play fucking happened.
No, we didn't. It was not.
Basically, it was too.
What we want to do is we want to stop frame on a 60th of a second and say, look, he's got possession. You know what I always say?
Hey,
put a 10-year-old out there. Put a 10-year-old out there. He'll tell you whether it's a catch or not. All right. He doesn't need to. He'll tell you. Did he have the ball? In the Bills' case, honest to God, I thought that ball was in question as they were going to the ground. They were both. There was never a single instant other than that 1/60th of a frame.
He had the whole ball in his possession.
What is possession now, though? So
he was on the ground. And another thing, and McDermott in his press conference,
okay,
he was absolutely right. He even said, even if it one way or the other, they should have took the time.
Yes,
it's some ample time to actually look at that. But it went so damn fast and they called it so quickly that I think it didn't give the Bills a fair shot for their argument.
Scott, what do you think?
I understand where you're coming from completely, and you can't challenge the challenge if it's already been reviewed by New York. That's the problem.
Like it was
dead quick.
It was such an instant. I mean, they didn't have time to really okay, let's see what really happened. It was watch it one time and then go. I
do think it. I looked at that initially and went, "How's that even happened? He's down by contact. His hip is completely on the floor." But at the same time, he's rolled over at the same time with the DB, and he's taken the ball away.
I think the ball was in question all the way down. I think that like I said, we want to stop things 1/60th of an instant and say there it is, but that doesn't indicate possession. That ball could be. I could stop time on practically any instant and show you. Okay, well that's possession or that's not. I don't think that ball was in any way possessed until the interception occurred and he rolled off with the ball. The Rams play, I think Devontae Adams had the ball in possession with 2 feet on the ground before he went down and had it stripped. I also think, in case y'all didn't notice on your social media this week, that Joe Burrow came along and said that how can anybody not see this? It's unbelievable that fans can't get this right. The referees got it right both times, and which is Joe Burrow's prerogative. But what I thought was funny was how many people come into this thing and go, "You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude." It's Joe Burrow. Shut.
He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Oh, shut up.
Are they ever going to get over that hump though? The Bills, man, just wow.
Nope.
They just need some weapons.
They need to get him a defense and another weapon. They really do.
Yeah.
Because Josh Allen is way too talented not to fucking have a ring. Same with Lamar.
What? I'll tell you what. Look at
same
Peyton
with
Manning.
Lamar.
Look at Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning. The joke was that he couldn't win one. And in all honesty, I mean, I made cartoons about it. I made cartoons that had a fucking signpost that said playoffs this way and had him wrecking the car. He couldn't get there. I did all kinds of stupid shit. He couldn't do it. And then all of a sudden he did. It takes time sometimes for guys. And that's just case of
Allen's got
right. Josh Allen.
Allen's got 10 more years left.
Yeah, he's got 8 years minimum, hasn't he? Let's be honest. What is he? He's 30 this year. He's 30. So he's good. Yeah. Anyway,
I've seen quarterbacks that have done this before, all right, that have ended up great and in the Hall of Fame. It's up to him to get there. I'm not saying he's going.
Can we talk about Bo Nix? Walking around on a broken ankle?
What a drag for Bo Nix. I'm trying to think of a time when a guy started for a team for the first time in the AFC Championship or in any championship. I can't think
Foles had starts before.
Foles,
had Nick Foles played before?
Yeah, right. He played a whole season before, I think. No.
What I'm saying is for the team. Bo Nix has gone all the way up till now, and then the backup's coming in. In the AFC.
Did y'all see the Nick Foles tweet? It was
that was cool. That was really funny.
It was a really good one.
So I can remember back to backups that have won. All right, Jeff Hostetler. For the Giants, but he came in late in the season.
You count like Doug Williams in that category?
Doug Williams did it.
Yes. Well, Doug Williams was back and forth. Schrader didn't get hurt. He got benched. They were back and forth. Joe was going back and forth between the two of them. And finally, when the playoffs came along, he told Jay Schrader, "It's not you." So it wasn't that. But Phil Simms got hurt the year.
He did, yeah. Phil Simms did, yeah.
Phil Simms got hurt, but so Jeff Hostetler took off in like week 13, but it was
Plunkett did it as well, didn't he?
Plunkett was a starter for both of the seasons that he won the Super Bowl for the Raiders.
Okay. Earl Morrell.
Earl Morrell was the quarterback through practically all of the Dolphins.
What?
Earl Morrell. Yeah.
Morrell. I thought it was. I had it as Morrell, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, Morrall. He was the starter for practically the entire undefeated season, and then Bob Greasy came back in the playoffs. Here's a fun fact for all of us Commanders and Redskins fans. Joe Theismann was drafted by those Dolphins. He would have been Earl Morrall. He would have been the backup and gone in that season. But he decided because they ran the ball so much, which they did, and Bob Greasy would never get hurt, and he went to Canada instead. So good for us, bad for the Dolphins. But backups, that's all I can think of.
Trent Dilfer.
Well, Dilfer wasn't a backup when he went with Tampa Bay.
No, Dilfer.
No, with the Ravens.
I guess Tony Banks was terrible.
Yeah, they benched. That was a benching. I think
that was a benching.
That was a benching on an injury. And that defense. Dilfer sucked anyways. That defense won that championship.
One of the greatest defenses of all time. And the Redskins beat them. All right, we were the ones that got Tony Banks benched. We beat them, and they beat the living shit out of us statistically. Not necessarily offensively. They didn't do anything.
Like a 13-9 game or something like that. I remember
when they went to Dilfer. Yeah. All right, I'm trying to think.
Patriots.
Other backups that went.
No, I don't think there was. I think you've covered them all.
I know there was. Now Kurt Warner, but he came.
Kurt Warner, he came from NFL Europe. There was
Trent Green.
There's nothing in that.
I can remember Dick Vermeil. We're going to go with this guy, Kurt Warner. I love him.
Who came in for Alex? Didn't Alex Smith,
for winning a Super Bowl? I'm just going to Google it now. There's been 8.
I know.
So eight backup QBs who've helped a team win a Super Bowl. Helped a team is a bit of a loose term. So Earl Morrall, as you said, with Baltimore Colts. Doug Williams, obviously, Jim Plunkett for the Raiders.
That wasn't an he was their starter in both 80 and 83, which 83 was a CIA plot. It didn't really happen.
Jeff Hostetler from the Giants.
Right, we talked about that.
Then Kurt Warner is a stretch again.
Yeah, in preseason.
Trent Dilfer for the Ravens again is a stretch.
Yeah, that was a benching. There was one other came in late. Nick Foles came in late.
Nick Foles,
Nick Foles came in like week 14, and carried him through. But I can't remember anybody that came in.
Nick Foles came in at the last week of the season. I thought didn't
like week 13 or 14.
Week 14. It was week. I'm reading. I'm reading it here. Carson Wentz
was well on his way to winning that
MVP. He was MVP that year. He should have been.
He dove and his knees got smashed between two guys, and it would just kind of went.
It was a week 14 win over the Rams that he did his ACL, and then backed by the 4th ranking scoring defense, offensive line, Foles led the Philadelphia Eagles to the Super Bowl. Obviously,
remember, ladies, if you want Scott to do your ACL.
Right. I've done my ACL and it fucking hurts.
Where did you get that picture of Scott doing that?
I told Scott about a month ago. Hey, dude, send me some pictures of you looking at it. And he did. So there we go. We have all this kind of fun stuff.
Be naughty. Ooh, naughty.
No, I found Scott's Tinder.
Naughty, very naughty.
Grindr profile?
Shut up, you.
I found his Tinder
that's for the Bleeding Burgundy After Dark podcast. I've told you that. Jesse's feet pics are available on OnlyFans. You can see his corns.
You can see my calluses, my fucking athlete's foot and corns and everything.
Jesse, you're going to be one of those great guys that gets to tell some girl as soon as I get my settlement.
Cut that.
All right, let's do some picks here. Okay,
let's do it. Yeah.
Last week, who won money last week? Anybody?
Say again. Who won money?
Yeah.
I don't know. Las Vegas.
Well, yeah. Am I underwater still?
No, you're good. You're good now.
So, did any of us win anything last week? I came a half a point. I mean, I came this close to hitting.
I was very close, very, very many times. I was really close.
They love us. They just fucking love suckers like us when it comes down to that. But you know what? If we were like an actual gambling show that you would pick up, some podcast that you would pick up, Jesse and I would be telling you, we did great on our picks this week. We won 12 units because we bet on this many things. 3 of them hit. We're not going to count the other fucking 9. but these 3 hit. Dude, whatever. Okay, so let's see. What do we got today? Where am I?
Don't forget to like and subscribe, by the way, while we're here. Always is good. It's free. And if you want to hear a roaring burp from Jesse, tune in again.
There you go. And I'll tell you what, if you really want to hear noises from Jesse, you should subscribe to the show because they are often and happen quite a bit. All right, I don't know which one of these games is coming on first. We're just going to start with that one. The Patriots at the Broncos. Look, for all of you people out there that like to smugly stick your nose up in the air and go, look at you sheep. You think this isn't scripted. You think this isn't rigged. Okay, so...
That's right.
Yeah, right. Let's put it this way. These are billionaires that own these teams, right? There's 32 of them. Billionaires are pretty much alphas, all right? Even the ones that inherit the money, they don't like to give it up, okay? They're used to being spoiled, okay? So you have convinced 31 of them to let one of them, named Bob Kraft, who he can't stop drinking. Jesus, the Chevys is just, it's going down like water. Listen, if we're going to tell everybody you're going to let me win, we're going to let me win for 20 fucking years. That's right. And then after like 30 seconds of rebuild, I'm going to get to go back. And the only thing standing in my way is Jarrett fucking Stidham. All of you, there you go. Thank you, Jesse.
More tea, Vicar. No, it makes me fart, don't you know?
What punctuation? All of you idiots that think this is rigged, shut the fuck up. The only thing the NFL has to do to make billions of dollars is not rig it.
Did you see? I can't remember who it was. It was someone for the Titans. That's who it was. It was a defensive end for the Titans, and he went live on like Instagram or something. And there was an interview, and the bloke on the other side was like, "Yeah, so this is him telling everyone it was rigged, you know." And he was, and he just went there. And he went, "Yeah, I really enjoyed winning 3 games and blowing out my ACL."
Right. That's what I always want to know. Who the fuck is it that said to Damar Hamlin, listen, you're gonna die in the middle of the fucking game, okay?
Exactly, yeah.
You people just shut the fuck up. I swear to God, the only thing I'm going to say that's even close to real world reality is right here is I'm tired of getting the whole fucking world spun around by pinheads.
Okay.
Hey, careful. That vein's getting a little bit bigger and bigger every time.
I was thinking there.
Wow. Get a goddamn hemorrhage
on the planet because they think dumb shit and they say it and we have to stop them from saying it. Fuck that. They're stupid. Don't listen to them. All right, the Patriots.
See all the red spots on Sean's forehead?
That vein is going to burst at some point, isn't it? Yeah.
Well earned. All right, so Patriots are favored by 4.5 on the road at the Broncos. Jesse, this is your segment. Go ahead.
Yeah, Patriots favored by 4.5. Over under is 40.5. It's actually up now to 42.5.
That went up a lot. I did this at like maybe 2:30 this afternoon.
Yeah. Look, Broncos are in trouble here. But one thing they do have in their pocket is that absolutely fantastic defense. But the New England Patriots, man, their defense is pretty daggone good itself. Drake May, can he handle the pressure? That's the question, because the pressure is coming. And, you know, I think this is going to be a better game than most people think. I think it's going to be a little bit closer. Mm-hmm. I do believe it's going to be low scoring. I do believe the Patriots are going to win this. But I'm just not comfortable taking laying those points, though.
Okay. Scotty, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the Patriots are going to win this game. I would lay the points. I think it's not even. I think it's not even going to be close. I think the Broncos have got a good defense. They've got one of the best defenses in the NFL. Patriots have also got a really good defense. So I think that kind of evens itself out. I think with having Jared Stidham playing, I don't think it's going to work out very well for the Broncos at all. And I think he's going to make mistakes. And defensively, the Patriots will take this game away. Drake May, though, was awful. Let's be honest, he was awful last time out. He was, was it 4 turnovers or 5 turnovers he had?
It's the Texans. All right, you got to give credit where it's due. That team has made quarterbacks look bad all year.
So is the Broncos. Listen, that's what I'm saying. Right. And Stidham is not just this young pup, okay? He's been around for the league for a while.
Yeah.
I get that. We played the Broncos close. with a third-string quarterback.
Well,
Jacksonville battered the Broncos in Mile High, so I'm not so sure. I'm not so
Still in
sure.
the AFC Championship, and we're sitting at home now.
I know,
Yeah.
but that's all I'm saying.
I will
They're
say
not
that
as everyone's fallible, and I think the Patriots will win this by a country mile. I think this is a 10-point win to the Patriots.
All right. Well, if you ever go to Denver and you stand in the airport and you look out one way, you'll see the mountains. Just what you expect to see. It looks like Coors Light can. And then you look out the other way, and it's absolutely country miles for as far as you can fucking see. There's nothing. Look, that has nothing to do with my pick. I'm taking the Broncos. Talk me down. I think Jarrett Stidham can do it. I think they're at home. I think they have a lot going for them. I like Sean Payton to be able to take Jarrett Stidham, who, like Jesse said, is not a virgin to this.
Yeah.
He's made plays in the NFL.
Yeah.
I think that they can do it. I think that defense is good enough. Give me the Broncos. I'm taking that. I will take the 4.5 points because I'm just going to take them to win outright. And I'm taking the over in this game. As a matter of fact, I have a big giant AFC not so big swing.
All right. What you got? What you got?
All right. Look, this is what I'm looking at. Drake May is going to go over his passing, 223.5. This is from FanDuel. He always goes over his passing. And I mean, the times that he doesn't, anybody that wants to quibble with me, few and far between. You bet on Drake.
When he plays good defenses like the Broncos and the Texans.
This is the other thing. These people want to talk about their easy schedule. Look, man, you can't control that. We'll see what he does now. And Hunter Henry, I'm taking for an anytime touchdown, which, as Scott well knows, I hate anytime touchdowns, but I'm taking him for one.
I like the Hunter Henry anytime touchdown, actually.
Yeah.
I do.
He likes to hit him. Stephon Diggs, 40 plus yards receiving. I'm going with the alt on that. Jarrett Stidham, I want him for over 175 passing. And Evan Engram, 19.5 yards over passing, receiving. I think that's a gimme. Stidham's going to rely on known targets, and that's usually the tight end.
Yeah, that's a good bet for 11.94, John. I hope you have better luck than I with Evan Engram, because every time
Every
time
I know.
I put something on Evan Engram, I'm talking about like 10 yards, just 10. He never fucking gets it. 2 reception, he never does. And then when I don't, he always gets it. So
He rocks off.
I am staying away from Evan Engram this week.
I'm
And
taking
I'm
him
sure you're
purely
gonna
for
hit
the
it.
backup
I'm
quarterback.
sure you're going to hit it. Look,
I hope so.
like John, this game, like everybody thinks the Patriots are going to win. Everybody and the brother thinks the Patriots are going to win this game. Patriots are going to blow this up. But
Not me. I'm taking the Broncos.
I would not be surprised one bit if the Broncos. This is just a bloody defensive battle, and the Broncos comes out a winner. It would not shock me at all.
I think the running backs, Ramondre Stevenson, R.J. Harvey, these guys are going to make big, and the Broncos are decent running back. I like how they're able to do the
Broncos and
bring fresh guys in.
The Broncos and the Texans have been going back and forth all season long for the best defense in the NFL.
Yep.
They're very
beat last
similar.
week. Patriots beat the Texans last week. This looks like a good game.
It's
I
gonna be- I
would
think
just
it's gonna
say to
be
you,
better
Roger.
Yeah.
Roger, I know you listen to the show. Take one of these games and just move it into Carolina. Let's have a game in a night storm. Why not? Just to piss off Kurt Warner. Why not? All right, Scotty, you picked this game, right?
Yeah,
he's taking
Patriots for me.
Patriots by a country mile.
All right, we're going to go with the Rams and the Seahawks
All
now.
right. Rams.
This is the big
Seahawks.
one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. This is gonna be a fun one right here.
Yeah. I think they both will be fun.
Yeah.
I love
Seahawks are
defensive
favored.
game.
Well, I think this is going to be a high scoring game. I think
Mm-hmm.
the AFC championship is going to be a defensive battle. Over under is 46.5. I would slam the over in this game. Last time these two teams met was pretty recently, and I mean both quarterbacks threw for 1 million yards. The receivers passed for got 10 receptions.
Yeah.
Freaking take the overs. Whoever even the running backs. Jesus, both Kyron Williams and Walker both I think went over 100 yards.
Well, let's see. You got your money on your mouth here.
Yep. I got Matt Stafford over 200. Alt 225 passing. Was that? Yeah, that's alt.
Yeah.
Over 1.5.
So you've got
TDs.
1.5 pass touchdowns.
Yep.
All right.
I got Puda Nukupa, 70 receiving yards. Devontae Adams, 40.
That's an inside joke, by the way.
Blake Corum,
It's not
over 20. That's an easy win.
Blake Corum.
Yeah, over 20.
Man, I thought so last week, but he didn't turn it out for me.
No,
Blake
that's
Corum
like
caught me
the
on it.
only week he did not. That's the only week, so he is going to come back. Kyron Williams, 40-plus rushing yards and 10 receiving yards. Sam Darnold, 225 passing yards. JSN, 60-plus receiving yards. And Kenneth Walker, 60-plus rushing yards. The last time these two teams played, these all hit and hit big.
There you
And
go.
I actually hit big on around this same exact bet. It's a plus 30-39.
There you go. So, all right, everybody that makes this bet, remember, we don't have nothing to do with you and your problems. Okay.
You'll probably lose it. So.
That's up to you, but if you take our advice, you are fucked. Rams and Seahawks. Scotty, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that I'm taking the Seahawks in this game. I think Stafford is very good. I think Stafford will probably be the MVP of the league overall.
Should be.
I don't know. I think Drake May should be, but that's just my opinion.
Shit. I'll tell you something. Chris Moore has an argument.
What?
What? Oh, his argument is that was my parking spot. That's all I'm saying.
Right. So Seahawks are going to win this game. I think the oblique that was oddly on the injury report is. I don't know if that's come up again this week, but it wasn't a factor at all last week. In going to Seattle as well, the loudness, the fans on your back. Their defense is still pretty good with the Seahawks. They can get it done. Special teams of the Seahawks is the best unit in the entire league as well, which we saw with Raheed Shaheed. Returning a touchdown straight away. I think the Seahawks just squeak this out, but it's going to be close. It's going to be a very close game. But you never know. Darnold could become Darnold again, and his kryptonite is Stafford. That's the problem.
Is it?
We've
when
seen it
you
before.
say squeaks it. When you say you're going to squeak it, it's a
3
2.5
points.
Spread. So
3
that's about
points.
squeaky.
Yeah, it's about squeak. If it was me,
LA in the 2.5.
yes,
See how I pushed him into that? That's the way it works.
you did.
All right, so here's
They'll win by 3.
pisser of the week. So if you really want to piss your money away, meet Scott in the men's room.
Exactly. You won't see much, but there you go.
Can you read all that little stuff there?
Yeah, of course I can. Yeah, Stephon Diggs over 44.5 receiving. AJ Harvey anytime touchdown. An RJ even. Yeah, RJ Harvey. I like the way you spelt that out. Not phonetically for a British person. Ramondre Stevenson anytime TD. Devontae Adams anytime TD.
I can't make fun of Devontae Adams' name.
And a Kenneth Walker anytime
Now, I tell you,
TD.
I when I was writing Kenneth
Walalaki.
Walker, I was figuring out how would it sound if Andy Burroughs said this.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
There you go.
And the Patriots laying the points. It was 4.5. What is it now? Is it still 4.5?
When I put this up, which was like 3:00.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still 4.5.
My boss, that's like 5:00.
And that is a plus 3340.
All right. Well, I mean, I like that bet. I do like that bet, but you know me.
And of all the seasons so far, and all the shows, if you look back, the pisser of the week has hit twice.
You're
which
right.
is not good.
I mean, what,
In the grand scheme of things.
man, considering what the odds are
pretty
that you get, you put up for a lot of anytime touchdowns. That's where I
do.
shy away. But you hit them sometimes, and
I just don't like the yards. The yards bit. Jesse goes on alternative yards and alternate spreads and all the time. That's the bit that kills me.
That's why I hit more than you. Let's see what else.
Hey.
I'm just kidding.
here's my big NFC.
In more ways than one. Clip that.
This one, if this one rolls, this one's going to be nice. All right, Matthew Stafford over 253.5 yards passing. I like that. 1.5 passing touchdowns. Of course, he does that getting out of bed. Puna Manuka, 7.5 receptions. Absolutely, he's getting those.
Easy.
Devontae Adams, 4.5 receptions. I don't know how to make fun of his name. Kyron Williams, over 53.5 rushing. The dude's a machine. I like him for about he's a machine under 60. He's like 60. You got it. Sam Darnold, under 235.5 yard passing. Look, they rolled through the playoffs against, what was it, San Francisco they beat?
Yeah.
And he didn't throw for that many yards. He doesn't need to at the moment. Jackson Smith-Njigba, plus 6.5 receptions. I like that.
Easy.
But Kenneth Walker III, under 85.5 yards rushing. I think they overshot. With the 85.5 on FanDuel. I like it at plus 10.668.
So you're coming out with that. You're coming out with that Kenneth Walker there, who's coming
under
off
85.5.
Did he not score 3 touchdowns last week?
I don't care about touchdowns. They can be 1 yard. All right, 85.5 yards rushing against the Rams defense is pretty high, in my opinion.
Last time that they played.
All right, so that's why I'm taking it at the under.
It was only a few weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, here's the fun part.
Walker had 142 yards.
I'm taking the
Kenneth
Seahawks.
Walker had 142 yards.
I'm pretty sure it was something like crazy like that.
That's fine. Listen, I'm taking the Seahawks to win. I'm taking them to cover, and I'm taking.
Sorry, it was 100 yards, just 100
but
yards.
I'm not taking him for 85.5 yards rushing, and I'm not taking Sam Darnold to go over 235.5 yards passing. I think they're going to win. Don't ask me about how the logic of this works. I'm just not going to bother with you. I'm going to do the social media thing and say, your father's a fucking drunk.
Sam Darnold had 270 yards passing the last time these two plays. Okay,
Right.
listen.
But last week, what did he do in the playoffs?
I haven't made my game pick yet.
No, you haven't.
All right. Last time they played, this was a close battle, back and forth, and it was in Seattle. So I don't think the Rams have a problem with, playing well in Seattle. And
They just went up in Chicago in the frozen.
Yeah, the Rams played very well against them, and it was a close game. My heart definitely goes with the Rams. I'm a big Sean McVay fan, and Rams were my Super Bowl pick. I'm having a hard time picking this game. I really am. I think this is going to be so fun to watch. Seahawks have been so good lately, all year. Is Sam Darnold going to implode?
Scott said so. Could he do it again?
He could do.
Or is this going to be Matthew Stafford double stamping his gold jacket moment right here?
Look, if I had to sit down, granted, I'm thinking the Seahawks are going to win this game. I think they're going to cover. I think it's going to go the over. But I also, if I had to sit down and say to myself, is Sam Darnold going to go to the Super Bowl, or is Matt Stafford going to double stamp his yellow jacket? Sam Darnold going to the Super Bowl just sounds like freaking Mongolian to me. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. What? Yeah. And excuse me to any Mongolians listening to the podcast. I apologize. There's really nothing I try to say personally.
I think Rams, their offense is defense proof, if that makes sense. I don't think it matters what kind of defense that you have, how good it is. They're going to score on you.
So Trey?
I do. I'm just going to go with my heart, and I'm going to go with the Rams. But I very well,
You predicted, though, Rams-Bills Super Bowl, didn't you, before the season started?
Yeah, I did. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with that. I don't necessarily feel great about it, but I'm just going to go ahead and stick with the Rams since I've been riding them since the beginning.
So Trey has got Puka under yards and Adams under yards and receptions, and he said, I hope the Rams win it, but Seahawks defense looks insane. Yeah, I agree.
No, you're 100% right, Trey. Yeah. I mean, their defense has been great. Although, like the 49ers players were broken. They ran
their string out. Yep.
It's going to be a fun game. This is going to be the best game out of the two. I think the most fun to watch. I think.
I don't know, man. See, I have this thing inside of me.
Old school,
defense,
smash,
and that's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's who you are.
That's going to be fun. Jared Stidham showing up in this game.
I'm not watching it. I'm not watching a single bit of this game, which is a shame.
So I've got Seahawks against the Broncos in the Super Bowl.
I got Pats versus Seahawks.
Like, I do not want to see Sam Darnold and Jared Stidham in a fucking Super Bowl. I'm sorry, I don't.
Can you imagine?
I fucking don't.
Jared Stidham, Sam Darnold, and Bad Bunny congratulating the gays. All right, here we go.
I really don't even want to see Drake May in the Super Bowl either. Not before my guy.
Why?
Our guy gets in there.
Who's that?
Jaden Daniels.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about music. I was wondering who you were talking about.
Oh, you're talking
My
about
money, put the Foo Fighters in there. I'm happy. But that's because the Ramones are all dead. All right. Anyway, that's our show for the week. We will see you guys after this very disappointing fucking snowstorm. Listen, I got to tell you, we've gone from a 30-inch snowfall to 2 inches and rain and ice. And I happen to think that, when the Scott tissue people, oh shit, we've made too much toilet paper, we need to sell this shit, call for snow. And it just works. Or they oh god damn it, there's too much milk, call for snow, we got to sell this before it goes bad. It's just what happens.
That's why I always wait, because I mean, me, because I work closely with the weather in Virginia Department of Transportation, and I wait until the day before I make any plans to have to go, because shit will change. It's going to change. A couple days ago, we were expected to get 28 inches of snow. They were saying 28 inches of snow. Yesterday, you're going to get fucking 3 inches of ice. Today, you're going to get 3 to 5 inches of snow and then ice on top of that. And now who the fuck knows?
We're not going to watch the championship games because the power's going out. Scott, what's the biggest snowfall you've ever seen over there in the UK?
I couldn't tell you, but you probably saw my social media debate with Scott G, who's been in our chat today. It's the record temperature. Is the lowest temperature ever recorded in Britain is minus 27 Celsius, which is minus 20 Fahrenheit. Sorry, minus 17 Fahrenheit, and he was sitting there at minus 20 last night. So,
you know what Scott G does in minus 20? He goes out on the deck and does this.
That's how I was saying. He goes and sunbathes in his banana hammock.
He does. He puts his banana hammock on. Scott G goes out and plays the fucking maracas.
Ridiculously cold, but snowfall wise, no, I can't remember. It's been a lot. I'm pretty sure it's quite high. But
I've seen snows. I mean, now granted, I live in the DC area for most of my life, so a lot of people that are listening to us from other places, like you people in Nepal. You've seen huge snows. This is going to sound stupid to you, but hey, whatever. I think like 4 feet we got in 1977. We got 4 feet again in like 1986.
So I'm reading it here. It's deepest verified snow depth in the UK is 1.65 meters, 5.5 inches recorded in March 1947.
5.5 inches.
5.5 feet. 5.5 feet. Sorry, not inches. So 1.65 meters. 1.65 meters. 5.5 feet. Yeah.
I think the biggest snow I remember, and it was
drifts have been 23 feet high.
Okay, well the drifts are different.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I do remember it was like 15, and then 2 days later we got another 8.
Yeah, that was like 1996, 97, something like that. 98.
I mean, I remember snow because we were snowboarding down. We were snowboarding down my road. Like we had
nice
snowboards. Yeah. Well, it was it was down a hill.
Dude, we used to go bumper riding. You ever done that in the snow?
What's that?
Bumper ride. Okay, so what we would do, because we were just nothing but fucking street rats, is that when it snowed real hard and it was snow all over the road, you go out and you stand by the road, and a car or a bus was great.
Oh, you jump on it and slide down.
You run behind it and you grab the bumper and you just freaking slide along behind it. Hell yeah!
I used to do that with my skateboard.
Fuck yeah!
Nice.
Crazy, stupid stuff. All right, everybody. We will see you all again next Friday, where we will talk about what's going to happen with the Super Bowl. And we'll find out what happens with this freaking storm that's fizzling out right in front of our eyes. I'm kind of disappointed. I wanted 30 inches of snow. But then again, like Scott always says, if you can't get 30 inches, what's the point of going out? So until the next time, we will see y'all later on the Bleeding Burgundy podcast.